students, welcome back to the series of lectures of mathematics. In today's class, I am going to discuss with you a three-dimensional solid figure, the concept of cone. While we were dealing this chapter of class 9th, that is surface areas and volumes, in that we have completed till the cylinders part. Those who have not watched those previous videos of the cylinder, cube, cuboid, all those, please go to the channel playlist and click on that particular video which you want to observe. The immediate previous video of the cylinders exercise 10.3, just click on the iCard, you will be notified. Now here today we will learn the concept of a cone. This is a three-dimensional figure. So if I take a circle of some radius, right, and if I take a part of the circle, like if I take some part of the circle, if this is here A and B, this is the radius, right? If I take a part of the circle, that forms a sector. If you join the two ends of these A and B, and if you cut this and join them to A and B, you will get a cone. Now I'll depict it by using one of a model like thing. See, I have taken a part of a circle. Right? This is a part of the circle. This is O, let this be B, and let this be A. Now I'll join A and B. Here, if you are mentioning this as this is the B and this is A and this is O. This is the center of the circle. Right? Here, this two, if I join these two, A and B, you will be getting the shape of a cone. Right, this is a cone. So this is a three-dimensional figure here, whereas OB and OA are the, if you join them, they will become some measurement which I'll tell you here. This is the height of the cone, just the height. Here, if you are seeing this A and B, if I am joining here, this is the height. Height is from the center to the down, from the apex here, from the apex to here. This is called the height. This is the radius. We know that this the base one, this is a circle, isn't it? A circle. From the center to the end, this is the radius. Now what is this called as? This is called as L, that is nothing but the slant height. Since there are two heights, one is a vertical height and one is the slant height. This is just the height from the apex to the down, and this part, see here, if you are opening it, this part OB here, this part will become the slant height. When we are joining them, A and B, I am joining it. So this slanting one is called the slant height of the cone, and this is the vertical height, whereas this is the radius. Now I have told that this is a sector. Now if you are taking some part, this is a minor sector, this is a major sector. So if you are taking the sector and if you are dividing it to a few parts, now I want to find the area of the cone. So if I am taking this part, if you take and join A and B, you get a cone, isn't it? So area of cone is equal to, I have divided this cone into this part of the sector into triangles. Okay, so this is area of the cone is sum of the areas of triangles. Okay, all these triangles. Now here, this part, this is OB. When you are joining A and B here, when you are joining A and B, it forms a cone, isn't it? That OB or OA will become the slant height here. So you are joining here, I am showing it here. See here, you are joining A and B here. Right. This forms the slant height, isn't it? Slant height of the cone. So this will be your L, and if I suppose this base area is some B1 and this triangle is B2, B3 and so on, like Bn. How many triangles if you have divided? That many. So what is the area of a triangle? Half base into height. So half. So base here is B1 and the height here is L. So likewise half, base here is B2L, so half B3L and so on, isn't it? So for area of one triangle plus area of the all triangles, this is the sum of the triangles all together put together forms the area of the cone. So here if I take L as common, we get B1 plus B2 plus B3 so on, right? Now what are these B1? B1, B2, B3, B4 like this. All this forms, if you see this, all these part of this B1, B2, B3, all these form, here when you fold this, it forms the circumference of this base circle. The base of the cone is a circle, isn't it? This, if you open it, this becomes B1, B2, B3, all the triangles base. So the sum of B1, B2, B3 all form the circumference of the circle. So the base is the circle. So the circumference is 2 pi r. So B1, B2, B3 becomes 2 pi r. Now this forms the area of the cone here. So if you cancel off 2 here, you get it as pi r L. So this is the area of the cone. Now what we are supposing, this is a part of a sector. Yes, isn't it? And this, if you fold it, you are getting into the form of a cone. So the area of this you got. So this is nothing but the curved surface area, right? Curved surface area of the cone. So CSA of cone is pi r L. We got this. We got the area of this part. So this is nothing but the curved surface area. Now I'll show you one more. An example of a wooden cone. This is a wooden piece. So this is the form of a cone here. Here base circle, the apex, the slant height is this and the vertical height is in between. Okay. So this is a model of a cone. Now we will find the total surface area of TSA. We call it in short as TSA of cone. Now how do we calculate the total surface area? The total surface area means the area of the curved surface plus the area of the base circle. Okay. So CSA plus the area of base circle. Right. So CSA we got it as pi r L, where r is the radius, L is the slant height, plus area of the base circle, just the circle, area of the circle is nothing but pi r square. So if you take pi r common here, L plus r. So this forms the total surface area of cone. So we got both, the first is the curved surface area, the second one is the total surface area. Please pause it and note the matter. So we will find the volume of the cone. Okay. As well, we know the volume of the cylinder. We have studied in the previous sessions. Okay. So volume of the cone is nothing but, if you are taking a cylinder. So let me suppose this as a cylinder and a cone of same radius. They are of same radius and same height. Okay. Height here means we have to consider the vertical height, that is h. If mentioned in specific the slant height only, we have to take it as L. Okay. So I am taking a cylinder as well as a cone having same height and same radius. Okay. So they are having equal heights and equal radius. See here. If you fill this cone with some water, suppose if I fill this cone with some water and if I pour it into this, if I shift it into this, it will come to 1/3 of the rim. Okay. So 1/3 of the cylinder it will be filled. If I take water up to the brim of this cone and pour it into a cylinder, it will occupy only the 1/3 part. Then second time if I fill the cone and again pour it, again it will form 1/3 and again 1/3. So 2/3 of the cylinder. Now the third time if I fill the cone completely up to the brim and pour it into the cylinder, it completely fills this cylinder. That means the volume, how do we calculate the volume? 3 times if I take the volume, 3 times of the cone, if I pour it into this, it will be filled up. Where here the height of the cone and the cylinder are same, as well as the radii are same. Okay, so that means from the volume of the cylinder, so we know the volume of cylinder is pi r h, pi r square h. Okay, so this is the volume of the cylinder. So how did I get this? When I have taken 3 times of this, right? So that means only till here is the volume of the cone, isn't it? So that means 1/3 part of the cylinder's volume. So volume of cone equals to 1/3 part of the cylinder's volume, pi r square h. You can do it practically also. Take two similar height and similar radii, two figures of cylinder as well as the cone, and try to fill them. You can practically see that this will be filled after when it is 3 times. Okay, so the volume of the cone is 1/3 the volume of the cylinder. Now in exercise, let us do one example problem, like, or else we'll do the exercise problem. I'll read out for you 10.3. You will understand the concept of this curved surface area, total surface area, and the volume of the cone when we are solving the exercise problems. Okay, here the first one, the base area of a cone is 38.5 centimeter cube. It's centimeter square. Its volume is 77 centimeter cube. Find its height. Now the first problem in 10.3 exercise. Okay, the base area of the cone. Given the base area of the cone is equal to, the base area is nothing but the circle, isn't it? 38.5 square centimeters, right? Also given the volume of the cone. Volume of cone is given as 77 cubic centimeters. Here asked the height. When asked height, we have to find the h, that is the vertical height. In specific, if they ask L, that is slant height, we should find out the L. Okay, so height is asked. So how do we calculate? We know the area, base area of the cone. This is 38.5, but we know the formula of the circle, pi r square. Pi r square is equal to 38.5, and the volume of the cone is 1/3 the volume of the cylinder. So this is given as 77. So we will substitute here pi r square. In place of pi r square, we will substitute 38.5. So 1/3 into 38.5 into h we have to find out is equal to 77. So the unknown value is h here. So h you keep it this side and shift this to the other side. This becomes the reciprocals root 3 divided by 38.5. So you can cancel off with 7 table as well as 11 table also. Let us see with 11, 11 sevens. Okay, 11 thrice, 0.11 5 times. Now same one, 7 ones, 7, 0.5 times 35. Okay, here this becomes h is equal to 30 upon 5. If I remove the point, 10 goes up. So 5 ones, 5, 6. So here h, height, is equal to 6 centimeters, because all the units are given as centimeter cube and centimeter square. Therefore, height of cone is 6 centimeters. Right. So with this problem, hope you have understood the concept of the cone. Here one more thing I want to stress, we have known the volume of the cone. Now if you see here, this forms h, r and l. If you take this h, r and l, so this forms a right angle triangle, right? Now, if you know two quantities, you can find the other quantity using the Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem tells us the hypotenuse square. Here hypotenuse is L. Hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. So, h square plus r square. This is the Pythagoras theorem, because we are using this because of the right angle triangle. So, any two values are given, the third value you can find out using the Pythagoras theorem. So, today we will do the next few problems in 10.3 exercise in our next session. Hope you have understood this. Please make a note of this, pause the video and note it down, and thank you all.